guys, Sherry here. Most of you know me as a real estate agent, but if you asked any of my kids, they would tell you that I love to garden. So since we're at home with a lot of extra time on our hands, I thought I would share some of the knowledge that I've gained over the years about how to grow a garden. And I think it'll be really helpful when we reap what we sow, because we won't have to go to the grocery store to get fresh produce. So let's get started. So first we're going to talk about some of the things that you'll need in order to get started. The first thing is the tools, and these are the tools that I like to use, the Fiskars brand. But you could use anything. You could use a wooden spoon, a plastic spoon. You could use, anything that you could get a hold of. Also, we need the soil, which I like to use organic when I'm doing vegetables. But you could also get the soil out of your yard and add something to it to make it more healthy. The third thing you need is the containers. So you can buy these cute little peat moss planters, or you could use a paper cup. You could use a plastic bottle. This one I've cut the top off and put a few holes in the bottom. This is actually a canister of oatmeal. So you need something to grow it in, and then you need your seeds. The next thing you need is the seeds. You can get traditional seeds, but they also have this So Easy brand that's really easy to grow, great for the kids. And then on the back of each seed packet, it has the instructions on what you need to do to germinate and grow the plant. We talked about the traditional way of planting, but there's also some fun new ways to grow, and we'll talk about those in future videos, but today I just wanted to show you a little bit about those other options. One of my favorite local businesses, Sunnyside Gardens, is where I got a lot of these supplies, and they are still open for business and doing curbside pickup, so you can get a lot of the things I've talked about there today. So I like to use these Jiffy pots, and this tray is plants that I planted about 5 days ago, and they're just starting to come up now. This tray here is about 10 days ago, and they're really thriving. I'm super excited. Once these get big enough, then we'll transfer them into the garden. It's still a little bit too cold to do that now, so I'm going to continue to grow them in the house. I also have a cover that I keep on them most of the time. Until they're really thriving, I'll leave this on all the time, and then I'll take it off and let them get sun during the day. So this is the way I like to garden, using this traditional method. So the things you'll need to get started is some soil from your yard or some potting mix. You'll need the pods that you're going to use, either the peat moss pots or the Jiffy pods, and then the seeds that you want to grow. And we'll talk a little bit more about the way that we're going to do that, but you can get all of these supplies at Sunnyside Gardens, curbside pickup. We're going to talk a little bit about hack gardening, and this is like the easy way to garden. So if you have a bunch of celery or an onion, or you can also do it with green onions, there's several other vegetables that you can do it with. You can grow a vegetable from your vegetable. So once you've got that cut, then you're going to take this and put it in the water, and within a week or so you'll be growing a vegetable from your vegetable. How is that for simple? So if you're not quite ready for the commitment of the traditional method, there are some new methods that are really fun for the kids and easier to do. You can buy different kits that have everything included, and you just have to put them together and water them. Or you can do like these pops that you bury in the ground. They're already pre-labeled with what vegetable or plant it is, and then you just wait for them to grow. This outer part dissolves and the plant grows from there. And then in this method, it gives you all the instructions, and these actually attract those kind of insects, either the bee or the butterfly blend. It shows you how to grow the plants that will attract those to your garden. So remember when we talked about these little guys? These are about a week of progress, and then fast forward to about 6 weeks of progress. I wanted to have different harvest times, so I went ahead and went to Sunnyside Gardens and bought some starts from them so I could get a head start on my garden. I'm excited about harvesting the fresh tomatoes and cucumbers and things I'm going to use in my salad, so I wanted those sooner than later. So now you have a little bit of background on gardening, and I was happy to share this with you today. In our next video, we're going to go a little more in depth in each particular topic, but in the meantime, I'd like you to gather your supplies for our next video so that you'll be ready. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to message, text me, or even leave a comment. I'm so excited. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to our next video.